We back on the track, back on the track, back on the track. Yesterday was fun, guys. I ain't gonna even lie. Man, I ran on the treadmill for so many years, you know, basically, and it just got super boring for me. Then I just decided to start running outside, and man, even though I had fun on that treadmill, but I think I'm gonna stick to running outside, guys. Why is that, Stock Sniper? Because I mean, it's boring running on a treadmill. It's boring. I really don't like it. Even though I was at the gym, it's just something about running stationary. You know, I I like running outside, man. I like putting the groundwork in. But, I had to do that because some people was coming in the chat questioning, me saying that I'm running these miles and stuff. Even though I went live at the marathon, every, even though I went live at one of these marathons, they still, was questioning. But but I'm gonna talk about that later. But the thing is, I had to go live and show, But what I realized, because I also do this with trading, and I also did this with like talking and going live, But once once I started recording my trades, I'm talking about day trading now. It's the importance of how important and how great recording like yourself is. It's real good to record yourself, because I'm talking about trading right now. Once I started recording my trades, I became a better trader. Once I started recording my lives, like what I'm doing right now, I became a better speaker, because the same analogy that I used for trading, I used it for speaking. But I was told by a certain, well, I seen it on the YouTuber's channel. He was talking about speaking. If you want to become, because it's kind of difficult just talking in the camera for some people. For some people, it's natural. Just go live, just get in front of a camera and you ain't talking to nobody. You just talking in the camera. That was kind of difficult for me, So I was listening to one guy, he was talking on his channel. Shout out to IV, which I was already recording my trades and watching them at night. But what I didn't take that and put it in to going live and listening to my lives, and get that made me better as far as speaking inside of this camera. So shout out to IV, who put me in. That's Big Four, by the way. IV for the real only. That's who put me. I heard on his live when he was talking about, basically I was already doing it though, but I just didn't use that same tool as far as going live on the internet. I was only using it for trading. I get that point went over my head. But when I heard him say that, that made me start, like not only recording, but going back and listening to my lives right here and paying attention detail on the communication flow. That's what I started doing. So what happened was, now I'm fast forwarding it to yesterday, because somebody challenged me and said that, okay, you going live showing this, but you ain't possibly running those miles. So yesterday, I went on and said, you know what? I'm gonna show them that I'm really doing this. Even though they did bet me, it was a bet, because they said, I bet you really ain't running those miles. So it was really a bet, but of course, they never came back. They ain't say nothing else about it. I don't know if they even seen it or not, but I decided to go to the gym and actually run on the treadmill. If y'all want to watch that live, go back and watch it. I ran 5 miles, and what I noticed when I watched that live is that the level of fitness, how fit I really am, because if you just running, you know that you fit because you're running the miles, but you can't really look at yourself. So by me being able to look at myself, I was like, man, I'm really, really running these miles like I'm walking, basically, like not breathing at all. That's because I put the work in, you know. So that right there is what really made me say, well, okay, I did get something positive out of the bet, even though they didn't pay me. Cause sometimes you could get paid without basically finance wise. You can get paid by just watching and learning from that. So I learned how actually I learned by looking like, man, you really, really, really is in tip condition. And I really am. And I owe that to the chat and the people that come rock with me on this walk down. Even if you come in here and try to throw it off, even if you come in here trolling, I love and I appreciate you for coming, because what that did was, like, I'm about to get ready to read some comments in a second. What that did was extend my workout. You know what I'm saying? And what it did was it brought my cardio to a whole nother level. That's exactly what it did. So that's why I'm giving a tip. If you're running and if you're starting to run, always walk afterwards. Always walk. But then when you're walking, find something that you're interested in that'll keep your mind off of the actual walk, because walking can be boring. For me, it's going live. You one of those Michigan, so, okay, you really think people care what you're talking about? Yeah. People do care what I'm talking about. You know how I know? Because I get so many people inboxing me, calling my phone, and letting me know they appreciate what I've done. I'm glad you brought that up, because I had somebody inbox me, chat. I'm glad you brought that up, Lobo. I'm glad you brought that up. It's somebody that's been watching me do these walk downs, been watching this. I've been doing this for well over a year, you know. Since I started filming this, and I talk a lot, right? I talk about health, I talk about fitness, I talk about a lot of different things. Well, already got people saying that they have gained off me giving them stock information. Well, I had somebody, which that slipped my mind, I really apologize, but somebody told me they listened to what I said. I was telling everybody over a year ago, go get your blood work. Go get your blood work done. See where your levels at. See if you got high blood pressure. See if you got pre-diabetes and all these type of things, right? I'm talking to you now, Lolo, because you say nobody listens. Let me tell you this, what happened. This person, because of watching this live and watching this walk down, went and got their blood work and found out that they were pre-diabetic. Guess what happened? They started walking. They started eating correctly, because I talk about all the time on this channel. I talk about all the sugar that's in sodas, right? I say that all the time. If you've been on this channel, you know I always talk about the time where I went and got a soda. I went and bought a scale. I went and got a soda, and I looked at how much sugar is in there on each serving. And when I did this, which was a very long time ago, it was around 30-something grams of soda. And I went and I bought me some sugar and I bagged it up and I weighed it to see how much sugar was actually in there, 35 grams. And if you look at it, that's a whole lot of sugar, guys, and you pour it in a cup. So in actuality, when you're drinking sodas, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, Mountain Dew, and you drinking these sodas, you're basically drinking a whole lot of water, a whole lot of sugar with a fructose corn syrup, right? And water, a little bit of water. You're basically drinking sugar, basically, with a little additives as far as the taste, you know, and some kind of sprinkling of water to make it fuzz up. You're basically drinking sugar, right? So I was saying this many, many times on my lives, right? This person went to the doctor because I was saying, go get your blood work checked. I say that sometime on the lives. And this person went and got their blood work, chat, and found out there was pre-diabetes. Guess what they started doing? They stopped drinking sodas, They started drinking water. They started walking, right? Just walking every single day. Every single day, listening to this walk down. They might be on here right now. And guess what they did? They went back to the doctor. The doctor told them to come back in 6 months. Well, they didn't go back in 6 months. They went back like almost a year later. So they right when they went and got the blood work and found out they was pre-diabetes, take in mind, they went there because they was listening to this channel and me talking about working out. So this person went and automatically started eating less meat, changed their whole diet. They stopped drinking sodas. They stopped smoking. The things that I talk about all the time on this channel. And guess what now, guys? They went back and got another checkup after changing their lifestyle for about almost a year. And guess what they told me? They came back out of the blue. Somebody hit me up and said, and they came back and told me the new results, they're not pre-diabetics no more. They don't have pre-diabetes no more, and their blood pressure is not high anymore. That's what they told me. And they sent me the receipts, which I should have put the receipt up right here, but I forgot. I've been training for a marathon, but this person came in here and said, Lobo, no one pay attention. No one really paying attention to what I'm saying. I know you just trolling and I know you're young, but man, I'm telling you a testimony of somebody that watches this walk down, that watch me put the work in every single day. They come and listen to this. While you thinking it's nothing, it actually changing people's lives. I got people that's running now, older people, because as I look at my analytics, I know it's a lot of older people that watch the channel. Very few young guys watch my channel. It's older people, like over 40, which I'm gonna tell y'all something too. A lot of people, some people that's really wet behind the ear, they think that 40 is old. They think that 50 is old. They think 60 is old. They actually talk down and look down on older people. I don't know if it's the older people that let them down in life. That's probably what it is. We got somebody that supported the show. But why? 9918. Thank you for sending the gift. Appreciate you. I thank you. You are such a great, amazing person for sending the gift. And we really, really appreciate that over here on the channel. Back to what I'm saying. Well, the thing is, that person hit me up and let me know what was going on, and shout out to them, but I want to try to get them to come on here and actually go live with me and tell the story themselves. But this guy, where you at? You probably not in here anymore. But anyway, back to the topic. There's a lot of older people that watch this channel. Very seldom, younger people. But older guys, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years old, listen to the OG. Man, don't let nobody tell you. Don't let them youngsters, the ones, that's wet behind the ear. Don't let them tell you, don't let them make you think you old and washed up. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it, because you're not. It's about how you live your life, how you develop as a person. Because little do they know, most people, especially in 2025, don't really develop into a full person until they 40 years old. Why, Stock Sniper? Because when you're in your 20s, you're learning, you're developing, and you're learning. When you're 30, then that's when you start really trying to develop who you are as a character. Once you get 40, you at your peak, right? Especially, it also depends on how you live your life. If you in your 20s and all you do is eat at Jack in the Box every day, you smoke cigarettes all the time, and that's all you do. You don't work out. You don't work on your health. You don't work on your mind. You don't work on your body. Of course, your body's going to deteriorate as you get older. But if you start in your 20s, living a nice, healthy lifestyle, in other words, I've been doing this for 25 summers. That's why what I did People are mesmerized that, golly, you so in shape. That's because I've been doing this for 25 summers. What is 25 summer, Stock Sniper? AKA over 25 years. You know, so you gotta look at it like that. It's about how you are as a person, how you develop as a person. Because guess what, guys? It could be somebody 30 years old, 25, that think they're young, they think their shit don't stink, that do dope every single day. They don't eat right, you know, or they eat at DoorDash and Uber Eats every damn day. They can't run around the block if it save their life. They smoke cigarettes every damn day. They got to smoke a blunt with everything they do. They got to pop pills and all this other type of bullshit. Then they want to turn around and try to talk down on a real OG that's been there and done that. So it's all about growth and development, how you develop as a person. Guys, when I start, and then the people you hang around with, because guess what? Once I seen, this changed my life, guys. Once I seen 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds running in marathons, just like last night, the older guys are in there lifting weights. You know what I'm saying? They 70, they older than me. They 70, 72, and running around like they 25 years old. You can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them old guys anything. Because why? They've been putting the work in and they've been living a certain type of way and they've been developing their mind. In other words, they've been hanging around the right group of people to develop themselves as men and women. Because guess what? It was just like it was 70, 80-year-old men at these marathons. There are also 70 and 80-year-old women that are at these and running these marathons. You know, so if you older, I don't care. You can change today. You can stop smoking. You can stop going to Jack in the Box every single day. You can stop going to Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? You can stop ordering Uber Eats and DoorDash. You can start eating right. You know what I'm saying? You can stop drinking sodas every single day. That sugar, I'm telling y'all guys, that sugar is a killer, bro. It's toxic and it's poison. You know what I'm saying? Now you gotta look at, because everybody's body is different, but majority of people, we talk about Americans, majority of Americans that drink sodas every day, it's genetics. And then once you drink sodas every day and you smoke every single day, guess what's going to happen? And you do it all the time. Once you get 30 and you ain't going to the doctor, once you get 30, once you get 35, once you get 40, and then something happen and you get sick, and then all of a sudden you go to the doctor for the first or second time in your whole entire life, and then you find out that you're pre-diabetes. And it's because of the sugar. You know what I'm saying? It's because of the sugar. And guess what? A lot of these doctors, guys, like I said all the time, my whole family's in the medical field. I got 2 daughters that are nurses right now, and I got 1 daughter that's a freshman at the University of Texas going to be a nurse. Shout out to University of Texas, Hook 'em Horns. And guess what? All my family's in the medical field, guys. And what I've noticed, so that means that my whole entire life, I've been around doctors. I've been around nurses. And you know what I'm saying? What I have learned as being 52 like I am right now, first thing a lot of these doctors want to do in 2025, they want to give you a pill. They don't know nothing about you as a person. They don't know nothing about your family history. They don't know anything. That's why I dropped out of psychology school. I went to school for psychology. But once they try to, you got to know who you dealing with, right? Now, some medications are important, but as a doctor, as a physician, soon as you talk to me, soon as you meet me, and you see I got high blood pressure, pre-diabetes, automatically you want to put somebody on a drug. That's not how it works, guys. Without knowing their family history, without saying, change your diet and come back and let's see what's happening later on. See, a lot of these doctors, I'm gonna say 50% of them want to give you drugs, guys. Now, if you do the precautionary measures, for instance, and you start eating properly, you know, and you start working out, and you start coming to the outside gym, and you start working and you start doing the things that you're supposed to do, and then eventually, you know, if it don't work over time, because it takes time to shine, that's why they ass behind. You can't say, well, I just went to the doctor for the first time or the second time since I became an adult, and automatically think that if I stop drinking sodas or if I stop smoking, when I go back in 3 months, everything's going to be normal. It don't work like that. If you've been drinking sodas every day for 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, it's going to take time. Just so happened that the person that I'm talking about, it only took them about 8 to 10 months. But you know, it didn't take them long to get their sugar back up under the right numbers. You know, because once they say you pre-diabetic and you keep on drinking sodas and you keep on smoking and you keep on living an unhealthy lifestyle, the next 5 to 10 years, that pre-diabetes can turn into full-blown diabetes. So see, that's why this channel helps a lot of people, bro. So you say nobody's listening. I disagree. Why you disagree, Stock Sniper? Because I'm the one, the people are coming and telling me. So that's why health, let's get, that is really the real topic about health. Trump economics, health is health. Trump economics 102, make America healthy again. Because guess what, guys? When I was young, it wasn't no DoorDash and Uber Eats. We barely went to these fast food restaurants. We really didn't drink any sodas. If we did, you know, Kool-Aid every now and then, but some people drink sodas every single day, you know? And guess what? That sugar, particularly the sugar that you buy at the store, the grain sugar, that's toxic. It's poison. I'm telling y'all that right now, it's poison. You know, now some people, you know, everybody's body is different, but a few percentage of people can drink sodas all the time, all through their life, and then they never get pre-diabetes. But guess what? You don't want to have to do that, and then next thing you know, you find out you're not the one. You know what I'm saying? So sugar is, man, no, I'm saying it right here, right now. Sugar, nobody should be eating sugar. If you do, a little bit. Don't drink sodas every single day. If you don't believe me, I guarantee you, when I did it, I was in my 20s. I was about 25, something like that. When I went and got that scale, and then I measured 35 grams, I'm willing to test. Today, it's about to be 2026. I bet you it's more than 35 grams of sugar in these sodas these days. I guarantee you it's more than 35 grams of sugar in the sodas in 2025. When I did that it was, I was 25 or 26, I was in my 20s. You know? So that stuff is toxic. What else? Smoking, nicotine, all that stuff is toxic. If you smoking blunts, right, and you put weed in the cigar, that wrap around the weed, that stuff is toxic. Telling you. So we got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that. And guess what? How are you going? You want to build wealth. People love money. You want to get the bag. Everybody's talking about getting the bag. But guess what? How you want to get the bag and you ain't worrying about the thing that's more important, which is your health. Which is your health. Going to the doctor, getting your blood work done, understanding what high blood pressure is, understanding what pre-diabetes is, understanding these things, and understanding what causes that, what causes it, and understanding a good relationship with a doctor that is more of what you put in your body. Right now, if you start living right and then these things don't get normal, then, okay, we could talk about other things. But then just trying to give me drugs off the top or somebody else drugs off the top, now, that's why I say the health system has changed, guys. From being a person, like I said, I come from a military family. I mean, a military family and also a people that work at the hospital. You know, so I've been through, back in the 90s, right? Doctors were more personal, more one-on-one with the patients. But see, these days, I mean, people are so unhealthy because of the lifestyles and there's more people, a lot of people ain't going to the doctor like they used to. So they trying to find a fix it quick. And a lot of these doctors are working with the drug companies. A lot of them are working with these drug companies, you know? And they'll sit here, some doctors won't even tell you about exercise. First thing they want to do is put you on some drug medication. Now, try to get your system together and understand it takes time to get your system together. You know, if you've been drinking Dr. Pepper every day, if you've been eating Jack in the Box and Whataburger and McDonald's every single day for a decade, and then all of a sudden you go to the doctor and they tell you got high blood pressure, they tell you got pre-diabetes, you're not going to erase that in 3 months. Now, it can be done, but that expectation is like, that's not logical. If you've been doing this, if you've been riding dirty for 10 years, you can't expect to get clean after 3 months. So you have to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to get ahead of it ahead of time. All you younger guys, quit eating out to eat all the time. Learn how to cook. That's another thing. A lot of people don't cook no more. Nobody cooks no more, guys. Everybody order DoorDash and Uber. I'm saying, or go to McDonald's, or go to Whataburger. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. But we got to get back to making America healthy again. Making America cook at home. You know, cook at home. Eat less meat. You know, meat has a lot of cholesterol in it, guys. Lean fish, chicken breast, you know, stay away from the fried chicken, all that stuff, you know, because those meats have a lot of cholesterol in it, guys. You know, it's all right to eat it sometime, but I know people that eat fried chicken every single day. I know people that eat fried food every day, fried pork chops, fried fish, fried French fries. Yeah, that stuff. Oh, that's the player price on that car. Damn. Yeah, my bad, Chad. Yeah, but health. You got to worry about your health. Everybody talking about the bag, and they want to get to the money, and they getting money, and all this here. You got to worry about your health first. You got to worry about your health. Because if you ain't got, I got a friend of mine, you know, that he died of a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? But he was popping pills. You know, he was, what else he was doing? He was eating Jack in the Box all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened? He ended up having a massive heart attack. Well, he had one heart attack, but he didn't change his lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? He didn't start coming to the park and exercising. He didn't put down the cigarettes. He thought that, okay, as long as I'm smoking the blunt and I'm smoking the weed, not understanding that cigar has more nicotine in it than the actual tobacco. So he's smoking blunts all day. He's smoking cigarettes. He eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, you know, and he never changed his lifestyle. He had a massive heart attack, and you know, and he died. You know, but see, that's why. The thing is, we got to change and right now, so many people are lazy, as I've been talking about the last couple of days. Lazy, don't want to cook, fast food, want something fast, want it now. See, these big billionaires, they want all the money, right? They want our attention span short. They don't want you to come on a live and watch the live, the whole live. They want you to just listen to it for a little bit, and then they want you gone. Because see, they don't want you to understanding what's really going on. You know, capitalism is greed, guys. You know, capitalism is greed, and we got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that. And guess what they're going to do? They will cut corners, right, to get to the money. Yeah, they will cut corners to get to the money. You know, so they want your attention span real short, and then they can use that in other phases of your life, like exercising. If you got a short attention span, You're not going to come out here and put the work in. You're not going to do what I did yesterday, was went live, right? Running 5 miles. And a lot of people, the people that didn't think I was really doing that, it's like it's so far from their mind that a black older guy can actually run 5 miles, 8 miles, and then turn around and go lift weights. It's like far from their mind. And guess what? That's how they want us thinking. Just like the example I was making about 80-year-olds running in marathons. Bro, I see so many 70 and 80-year-olds running in the marathon. But guess what? When I was on the other side of America, you know, I had that same stinking thinking. I couldn't imagine somebody 80 years old running in no marathon. I couldn't imagine somebody 70, 80 years old working out 3 times a day. I couldn't imagine it when I was on the other side of America. But guess what? I changed my mind and I came to the right side of America. And on the right side of America, chat, everything is so sweet. You see things and you learn things that you never learned. Like as an example, you see 70 and 80-year-olds running in marathons. All kind of wonderful things, not just with health, but with wealth. You see and you learn things that you thought never existed. That's what happens, right? But the main thing is this: those people up there, they want us in a box, chat. They want us on the other side of America. They don't want us on this side of America. They want us on the other side of America, thinking that things are not possible, right? They want you thinking stinking. They want you thinking negative about everything. They don't want you getting up every day trying to make today better than it was yesterday, even though we're not perfect. You know, they want you thinking negative about every single thing and everybody. And you know what that does? That keeps you trapped. That keeps us trapped. That keeps us like my homeboys that I talk about that's over there on MLK sitting on that crate right now. It keeps you trapped. And guess what they do? Once they keep you trapped, it's called a concentration camp. Then they take all your finances. They take all your money. You give them all your money. You give them everything. And then when you get old, then you leave your kids nothing. Then we leave our kids nothing. That's what they want. That's what they want, guys. They want it all. They want it all. But I'm here to tell you right here today, all you got to do is change. And you got to change how you think. You got to change who you hang around. And you got to wake up every single day trying to make today better than it was yesterday. Even though you might mess up, you might stumble, you might fall. But as long as you get back up and you say, man, today, all these bad things happen, but tomorrow is a whole nother day. That's how you change the renewing of your mind. That's how you change your whole inner soul and how you think, how you speak, who you hang around, and yes, who you watch on YouTube. But that's a whole nother life. Because guess what? The thing we got to realize is that they want us negative thinking about every single thing. That's what they want. That's how the internet is programmed, guys. The internet is really programmed to trigger negative reactions, negative emotions. That's how they play on you. They keep us in a certain type of situation, and then guess what? They don't want to get the money on the back end. But guess what? It's 2026. It's 2026 right now, chat. And guess what? We got to start thinking differently. We got to start doing different things. We got to start getting out, getting off the internet and going in real life. And if you are on the internet, try to help people. Try to help people. I feel so good that person said, man, I was pre-diabetic, and your channel and the people that y'all rock with on the channel, and I changed the way I eat, I changed my lifestyle, and I went back, and then they say I'm not, they told the people that they're not pre-diabetic, they don't have pre-diabetes no more, and their blood pressure is back normal. That's amazing. And guess what they say? Man, that changed my whole entire life. Now they look at things differently. You know, that's what it's about, guys. They look at things differently. Now when they look at soda, oh, no, 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 no. They understand it's toxic. Once you get a life-changing experience like that, ain't no way you going back. Ain't no way you going back. Sugar is like drugs. So if you start back drinking sodas every day, you relapsed. That's the beauty and the grace of being on this side of America. We got to make America healthy again. That's Trump Economics 102. I appreciate y'all for joining me, chat. I love y'all for rocking with me. Let's see about a third of sodas or sugar. That's a fact. America consumes 70% of all prescription medication in the world. That's right. Sugar ain't poison. Fructose is. They both poison. Both of them. Fructose corn syrup, that's all the same. It's all the game. It's the same thing. It's all. If you don't believe me, then that's on you. But I'm telling you, sugar is poison. I'm telling you this. If you don't want to believe me, then don't. Keep on drinking the sodas. Keep on putting all that sugar in your coffee. Keep on doing it. I'm just telling you what I know. This ain't nothing that I heard. This is what I know. So that's on you. I'm just here to tell you, you know. If you don't want to listen because you drink a lot of sugar, I understand. You probably, drink a lot of sugar. You don't want to hear it. But I'm here to tell you. Go to your doctor. Your doctor will tell you, or it depends on what type of doctor you got. See, that's another thing, guys. You got to go through these doctors. You got to just like you're looking for a good partner, just like you're looking for a good girlfriend or a good boyfriend or a good husband or a good, wife. That's how you got to analyze these doctors. That's how you got to do it. Take it from the OG. You got to have a good doctor, right? That's in your best interest, that cares about the patients. Because like that person say, 70%, they're gonna give you, I thought it was lower than that, but these doctors are gonna give you drugs, bro, without saying, okay, what are you eating? How many times you go to the doctor and they ask you, what are you eating? What is your diet? Are you exercising? Really getting to know you. Those doctors are trying to get people in and out. Most doctors don't even ask, what did you eat? What are you drinking? They'll ask you if you're smoking or not. They'll ask you if you're on drugs, but they don't really get the details of you as a person. What lifestyle do you live? Do you go to bed at night? Do you stay up all night? They don't ask those deep, real questions, right? They don't do that, So only a few doctors do. And from me, my whole family is in the medical field. I just told y'all that. I got 2 daughters that are already nurses. My mama was a nurse. Every female in my family is in the medical field. I got my youngest daughter right now is going to the University of Texas for nursing. Hook 'em horns. And the guy that said something about Michigan, the University of Texas, we got a date with Michigan in the bowl. I think it's the Citrus Bowl. So no, I'm not a Michigan Wolverine. I'm not that. I'm a Texas Longhorn. That's what I am. So I love and I appreciate y'all, chat. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Everybody that came through, I hope you got some value. Hope I put something on your mind. Get out and get active. You ain't got to run all these miles like me. You could just start by walking. Start by walking, but more importantly, this is very important, chat, is what you put in your body. Younger guys, when we're young, we think we can eat anything. We don't worry about all that. But younger guys, you got to start paying attention. Why, Stock Sniper? Because listen to the OG. Because as me being older, more younger people are eating fast food. This is very, very important. More people are eating fast food, guys. More people don't, because of the attention span is so short and they don't have the patience to cook, they're going the fast food route. Even processed food, like you will put it in the microwave, that's just as bad, if not worse, than these fast food places. So it's convenient, right? But we have to change the way we think and start understanding life is a marathon, it is not a sprint. So take the time to cook. It's cheaper. Find certain things that you like. No, that's healthy, not what you like, but what's healthy, and start thinking about your portions of food and what you're putting in your body. Younger guys, if you're listening, you gravitate to what I'm saying, don't get offended. You'll thank me. If you do this, by the time you get my age, you'll thank me. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all, chat. Everybody that's rocking with me, I love and I appreciate y'all. I love my chat and I love this channel and I love helping people. So the more people that come rock with me, the more subscribers that I get, it's my duty. It's my duty to try to tell people what's right? It's a whole lot of people on the internet that use their subscribers and and then they lead them in the wrong direction. They scam them, they tell them anything. That's not who I am, right? So understand that. Share the video, support to the channel. The person that sent the gift, we really, really appreciate it. I love and appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have a great day. It is 3 o'clock here. This walk down is over. So I love and I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all join me for the marathon. It's January the 10th. I will be going live. All this work we've been putting in, we're going to see what it really is January the 10th. I gave y'all a little bit of it yesterday when I was doing, I guess I could call it a fun challenge, So if you didn't see that video, go watch the video yesterday. It's around this time right here, 1 or 2 o'clock yesterday, when I actually went live and I ran 5 miles on the treadmill. Go back and look at it. Drop a comment in that video and let me know what you think. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. Make sure you take care of your health, because guess what? There's no wealth without health. You gotta be healthy. You gotta be around to pass something down to your kids and grandkids. You gotta be healthy to be able to, if God willing and you healthy, you're able to move around with your grandkids. You're able to do these type of things. You're able to speak clearly. You're able to do what Donald Trump do. He never sleeps. He's always, it's about your health, what you put in your body and how you live your life. I want to be 80 years old. I want to be 90 years old running in marathons, and I know in order for that to happen, I got to stay active. I got to take care of my body. I got to go to bed at night. I got to do certain things to take care of my mental health. Walking is excellent for your mental health. See, that's the reason why I quit psychology school, because I realized that they was trying to put the kids on prescription medication. So I was going to follow in my family footsteps, and go into the medical field for psychology, but I didn't like what they was trying to get us to do, and I dropped out, So in my family, the women are in the medical field and the men is in the military. Well, I didn't go the military route, but it's in me. You know, that's the reason why I'm able to, I'm so disciplined with what I do. That's the male blood in me that's in the military. If you're a man in my family, you're going to the military. If you're a woman, you're going to work at a hospital. Basically, it's like that. But hey, I thought I was wet behind the ear. I didn't want to listen, and I didn't follow that route. But like I say all the time, ain't nothing more powerful than a changed mind. And I changed my mind. I realized that life is a marathon, it's not a sprint. And I changed the way I thought. I changed the way I looked at things. And hey, it is what it is. Now I'm able to, teach it to my kids, teach it to my grandkids, and I'm kind of happy because I got my girls, they're following the family tradition, which is go work at the hospital. So I'm blessed, it's good, and everything is right. So I love and I appreciate y'all chat. That's why I'm on here to help. I'm on here to help, and the bigger this channel get, the more I'm inspired to learn more and to share more. Because if you know, I can't stop talking. So, but when I talk, it's gonna be the real deal it's gonna be the real deal, and you're gonna learn something, and I'm gonna learn something as well. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. Always take a negative and turn it into a positive. My negative that I turned into a positive was the guy challenged me that I couldn't run, that I wasn't running the miles. This is what he said, chat, and I got to go after this. The guy told me in the chat, he said that you're not really running. All you doing is cutting the live on and showing the walk down. He challenged me. He said, I bet you're not running those miles. I said, okay, we gonna see. I go to the gym because I don't have a camera where I can show me actually running. So I go to the gym and I went live. Yesterday I did it. Guess what? Crickets. Crickets. So go back and look at the live chat. I ran 5 miles. It took me 50-something minutes to run the 5 miles. I could have kept going, but I'd already proved my point. I wasn't breathing, right? You could tell by how I'm running that I really do this. So I stopped at 5 miles. I could have kept going. I run 8 miles a day. I could have kept going, but I stopped. So just to prove a point, but I turned a negative and turned it to a positive. High stock sniper, because I went and I looked at the live. I went back and I looked at it. And I looked at how I was breathing. I looked at how I was running. I really checked myself out as a runner, right? And what I learned was, man, you are really in physically great shape. I really am. I work out 3 times a day. Some people call this walk down a whole nother workout. I've been walking for 50 minutes after 8-mile run. So I'm gonna start saying I work out 4 times a day. I'm including this walk down as a workout. So I work out 4 times a day. Yeah, I said it. So with that being said, I think I'm ending right here, chat. I done talked enough. I love and I appreciate y'all. Earn, spend less, and make proper investments. And yes, health is one of your best investments that you can make. What you put in your body, how you eat. I'm not saying you can't eat chips, you can't drink soda, you can't drink. I'm not saying that, but don't do it every single day. Don't make it a part of your daily life. Once you do that, you turn into an addict. If you are spending money every single day at Jack in the Box, Whataburger, McDonald's, the corner store, buying cigarettes, you just like an opioid addict. You just like somebody that's on fentanyl, just a drug addict. I said it. So once you look at it like that, maybe that'll change some people's mind. You're like, man, I'm not no drug addict. Well, then you got to stop going to the corner store every day. You got to stop going to Jack in the Box every single day. You got to stop going to Starbucks every single day. You got to stop drinking a soda every single day. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one. Earn, spend less, make proper investments. And yes, investing in your health is connected to your wealth. Teach it to your kids and grandkids. Teach it to your homeboys and the homegirls and the people in your circle. Then teach it to the world. With that being said, that's how you get your blessings from God. I love and I appreciate y'all chat. To the next one. This is the one and only Stock Sniper. I'm out. I love y'all chat.